大家好，我叫YingYing，英文名是 Alice， 我是天舞之星 or FD Star. I'm not sure what that is. So I've been here for around 4 years, and it's been I've experienced so much, as in like I've grown so much as a person and as a performer. I remember when I first started my first video, I was so scared. I saw everyone else, all the girls around me, and they were all so tall and pretty and skinny, and they danced so well. And I was just kind of, trying to fit in, trying to blend in and do my best, but I felt very afraid and insecure about my abilities. But now when I film or practice a new dance, I'm very confident in my abilities, and I know that I have certain things that I can execute, and I know the limitations of my dance abilities, and I'm just not afraid to practice more or ask for help on things that I might not be great at. But I know that I can always improve, and I've seen the progress of my dance these past 4 years, and it's actually shocking to watch because I look at my old videos and it's kind of embarrassing. I would never show them to anyone, but then I look at videos now and I'm still embarrassed, but at least it's a little bit better. So every time I get a comment saying that I look like a certain celebrity or Korean star, I feel like, oh my gosh, should I really? Because when I look in the mirror, especially when I don't have makeup on, it's like I don't feel like I look like anyone or any celebrity. But I do get comments a lot saying that I look like Susie or Joy, and it's I think it's probably because of the angle and the lighting, and the fact that I have certain hairstyles, or I'm just playing them in a dance part. But yeah, I don't get comments from my friends that I look like anyone other than myself. But what do you guys think? The most memorable dance or filming experience I've had was probably when I shot YingYing. Because that day, I think it was the coldest day in Vancouver for a while. It was at least 0 degrees Celsius, or even -1 or 2. And then we were wearing these tiny mini skirts and dresses. And then I just remember going to the alleyway where they Twice actually shot their video, and we would between filming times we would all just put on our jackets or parkas and then huddle together, and then whenever the film director said, okay, shoot again, we just take them off quickly and then try to get it over as fast as possible. And then I just remember that day clearly because during the middle of filming it actually started to snow, and then I actually didn't realize it was snowing because I was just paying attention to how cold it was, but it snowed and everyone was like, oh, is that CGI or is that something you edited in post? But I was like, no, it snowed that day. It was so freezing, but luckily I didn't catch a cold after, but I know a lot of the other dancers did, and it was just such a memorable experience because we really got to bond with each other, because I guess bond through pain and suffering, and it was just a very memorable time. I think the advice I'd give to someone who's just starting out at dancing is when you first go to your first class, especially if it's a K-pop class or a choreography class where there's already a video out there, I just suggest you look at the video a few times to familiar yourself with the moves and choreography, and that way when you first step into a class you'll be more comfortable with the music because you've already listened to it before, so you don't feel as strange or that it's such a foreign experience. first, practice at home before you go, and then second, take multiple classes. Other than dance, in my career or development of my professional career, I am a first-year medical student at the University of British Columbia. As you can see, I feel very much like an imposter in this outfit though, because we just started our first semester of medical school, and since it's virtual, we don't really get too many chances to do in-person clinical practices, but when I have, they are one of the most amazing experiences that I think you can ever have, because it's such an important gift that patients are willing to impart with us. When I first started dancing at FDS, I was in my first year of university, also at UBC. Originally started because it was just a fun thing to do and I wanted to get some exercise out of the way, but as my schedule became busier and busier and I had more responsibilities, like with dance, as in like filming and like all the practices, it was really important for me to really time manage and schedule myself so I wouldn't burn out, basically. With dance, sometimes there would be weeks where we would practice every single day, and those weeks, sometimes I would have midterms coming up or even finals. So for me, it was about just being really on top of my studies and making a schedule for myself. And I would do things like I would study on the bus and I would study on the SkyTrain, so I wouldn't waste any time basically, and that way I felt like was most productive for me, but it really differs for everyone, and in a way I think dance itself is more of a way to de-stress myself, so I get a good balance between my schoolwork and my social life, and I also get a little bit of exercise in at the same time. So to get into UBC med school, I had to basically do really well in my undergrad and also write the MCAT, which is the Medical Colleges Admissions Test. I think that's what it stands for. But I took that exam at the end of my third year, and I studied like 4 months for it. Basically, I isolated myself in my own room and I just study hours in a day, but at the same time on the weekends I would go to dance practice or dance classes, and it was a good way to de-stress myself during the studying. And for that exam I ended up actually scoring in the 99th percentile, and that I think helped me get into the university and the program that I am in today. And I have all these different experiences, including dance, that I can write about and show that I'm a very diverse person with very varied experiences. And I wanted to show them that, to become a doctor, it's not just you have to volunteer at the hospital, you have to become this exact person that they're looking for, but you can have a very diverse set of experiences, including things like dance, that they might look at and be like, wow, you're a real human being, you have all these interests and hobbies. As long as you're able to provide accurate medical information and care for patients with compassion and empathy, then it shouldn't matter what you look like or what your hobbies are or what your interests are. Because for me, I like to dress up, I like to shop, I like fashion and makeup and clothes that are stereotypically, when I am in a clinic, when I'm being professional, I don't focus on those aspects of myself, and I don't let that be a part of my approach to clinical care. My future plans are to finish the next 4 years of med school stress-free, and the next 2+ or 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many more years of residency, and hopefully get into the program of my choice, or residency of my choice, but I don't know what type of doctor I want to be yet. I think, all doctors contribute something very special, and I want to explore my different options and see where my life leads me. I want to be in a place where I can travel, for sure. I want to travel to different countries and places because I've never really gone outside of real Canada really before. And if you're interested in me or getting to know more about me, you can follow me on Instagram at the Wondering Alice. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and for 2021, I hope everyone eats well, lives a healthy lifestyle,